Well, I guess you got to start a day ago. We got behind with Schmitty. Um, Credit them. They swung the bat. We swung the bat. And then we got caught with the rain situation and was able to get out and try to get some sleep and then get back and get going again. And both teams kept swinging. I'm just real proud of our guys for not quitting. We've had a tough first half, which I think has weathered them for the back half. And I think we had some 6 a.m. inter squads and to try to prepare for this type of moment. And turnaround time was quick, but again, I'm just proud of them not quitting, kept answering back, being able to every time we'd get a lead and give up the lead instead of coming back and not being able to get back up to the plate and get after it again. We kept coming. Hunter had a big game. Kole had a great game. All the hitters did. You got to give a lot of credit to our hitters. Early in the front half, we had to pitch a lot with the score down. And, last night and tonight, you just got to give a lot of credit to our hitters and answering back.
Questions for the student athletes?
For Hunter and for Kole, with all that happened from 8 to 7 last night to all of the runs that you scored today and then obviously the rain delay, have you ever been a part of a game quite like this?
Gosh, not like this. This is really different. I like to compete that our hitters had. We kept coming, even though they'd hit a home run, then we'd hit a home run. I mean, I like how we compete, but no, I mean, honestly, I don't think I've been a part of a game like this for a long time, if at all.
Same here. That was a crazy game. It was fun to go out there and just get it done.
Question for Kole. Take us through what happened on the play at first and how are you feeling?
Had the bunt situation and then went down the line. Kind of happened so fast, but ran into him. My left arm, elbow down and went numb. Kind of scared me, but it was okay after that. But feeling came back and I was good.
Hunter, talk to us about your game. Have you ever had a game like that, and then you came up with the bases loaded again?
No, sir. I've never had a game like that. I was just trying to see the ball, put it in play, because both of my home runs came with 2 strikes, and I just told myself just put it in play and pass it on to the next guy and see what happens. I was actually mad at myself for not getting that bunt down, but I guess it all worked out.
Timmy, go ahead.
What about the turnaround? What do you guys need to do just mentally to prep for whether it's late tonight or whenever that game starts?
Rest, hydrate, eat healthy, just get a lot of rest and fluids.
Everything that Kole said, just get some rest and be ready to come out and play, whatever it is.
With all of the ups and downs, a lot of teams, especially after they put up, what was it, a 6 spot in the 7th inning, 3 spot in the 6th. When in the 7th they took the lead. A lot of teams said, "Man, this game has been forever. Like, we can't do this," or just mentally get down. What is it about this team that no matter the deficit, no matter the situation, that you're able to respond and just kind of block that out?
We just kept coming, We believe in ourselves, so we never got down. We just take it pitch by pitch, and we knew we were going to get something going, and today we did.
Any questions for student athletes? All right, guys, thank you. All right, we'll do questions for Coach Robichaux.
Coach, Kole said his elbow went numb. What part of you went numb when Kole went down?
Feet to fingertips went numb. In fact, I'm still numb right now. No, it's one of those things that you hope. I've seen a lot of collisions before, and those arms get tangled up in there, and those shoulders get it. And once I got down to him, it looked like it was kind of a stinger, which you hate for it to be anything, but you surely don't want that sprained wrist in that situation, or a broken finger, or the bones in that hand are so small. I've seen so many dislocated shoulders in a collision like that, or dislocated elbow, or a broken wrist, or a finger or something. That was my concern when I first walked up on it, and I heard Brian, I heard him say, I'm starting to get some feeling back, and then, from that point it felt better, because it now looked like it was a stinger, and usually, with 30 years of experience in a stinger, it'll calm down and get back to normal. So we're just so fortunate that's the case. He's such a tough kid. I mean, fighting and scrapping all year for us, and he knows when he goes down that there's not a lot of recourse. You got to get back up. And so we were just fortunate that was a stinger, and hopefully he'll get some rest today before this next game. And if it goes off, if it doesn't go off, and we play it tomorrow, at least he gets a night of rest, depending on what happens later tonight.
Tony, what would you have done if Kole had to come out?
Well, if he comes out, Nick Hanks is going in, so the red shirt will come off of him, and he's in the game. He's been catching for us and framing and blocking and, doing all the things that he's got to do, because he is a freshman. We didn't think he was ready yet. So we tried to not cut into his clock by keeping him redshirted, but he knows, and the parents know. We've talked this out, and everybody knows on the same page that if he goes down, he's in.
Coach, I know you already have a few grades, but does a game like this add a couple?
Yeah, especially when your background is supposed to be pitching. We never established our fastballs. They had trouble too. We just, even in Schmitty's case, we just never established a fastball, and we got a lot of people. If you go back and look, so much damage on both sides was done with 2 strikes on the hitters, and just a lot of poorly executed pitches, missed pitch that got over the plate, changeup that stayed up. Pitch that was supposed to be blockable was not blockable. It was elevated, and they got enough lift in their swing that when they run into something, they can get it out of the ballpark. We were very fortunate today that we had some guys that got the ball up and got it out of the ballpark. Just a lot of poorly executed fastballs. That's what really did us in. I've been in some games like this before through my 30 years, maybe not as high scoring as this was, but where some type of trend started where both sides were walking people, or both sides were couldn't finish people with 0-2 or 1-2, and then it's a pattern throughout the whole ball game. And then Stokey finally broke the pattern, in the last inning. Again, it was one of those games, and we're just fortunate that our hitters did such a great job of fighting back.
With that being said, how crucial was it, giving up 16 runs, still only using 3 arms for the remainder of the tournament?
Usually when you see 16 runs on a board, you are correct. You see way many arms in that. Our whole goal was we felt that we needed a momentum change, so we wanted to go to Demo. We thought if Demo could give us 3, Stokey could take 6, and then we could get game 1 under our belt, because you don't know if you're going to get to game 2 today or not due to the rest of the day with the weather and all that stuff. So, but we're very fortunate, because usually when you see 16 runs, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arms they use. So that's usually what you see in a game like today. So we're very fortunate that we were able to get through that with 3 arms.
Two things, maybe 3. Pitching wise, how important that you didn't make a change last night before, the delay, and then what does it do for, does it help now that Colton for availability later in the week, and then the other thing, Kasuls approach any different or no?
Question 1, yes. He was at 81 pitches. We felt that you know, his fastball location was not good. We were wanting to change momentum right there. We didn't know that rain was coming and everything. So we were fortunate by the weather because Demo got up and got close to being hot and then shut back down. So that was very fortunate because you burned him last night for sure. Whereas today we got it close enough for Stokey. So that was big. The second one was, which was second? Colton for later in the week, 81 pitches. He was the fastest. Well, Nick Lee's the fastest recoverer on our team. Nick will pitch every day if you ask him. But we Hogan is not a fast recoverer. So that's why we threw Schmitty first, because he could come back. So at 80 to 81 pitches, you know, you do the math. We like to try to give 1 hour of rest per pitch. By the time we would get hopefully where we'd need to be and he could start again, he's close there. You wouldn't want to do that week after week after week after week, but a lot of times right at the end of the year, sometimes you can do something like that if it's just not really stupid. So that helped us. That's the one thing we said last night after the rain came. They decided to move it to the next day, is that we were fortunate enough now Demo can start the game and we can now possibly bring Smitty back. So both those worked in our favor. And then the last thing with Kasuls' approach was, you know, I don't you'd have to talk to him about exactly on the approach, but we did feel that coming into here, he was the one hitter we felt if we could get going. Because he's got the potential to do some damage. Little did we know, you know, it would be this kind of damage. But we just felt that a lot of his outs coming into here, he was kind of spinning a little bit, not staying out over the plate. And today, all of his at-bats, he did a great job of staying out over the plate and being able to stay behind the ball. Earlier, you know, 2 weeks ago, that ball he lifts up in the air might get hooked foul because of him spinning. But because he was hunting out over the plate, he was able to backspin that ball and keep it fair. So that usually tells you you've got a good approach working when you can pull a ball and it stays fair.
Any other questions, guys? Thank you, Coach.
All right.